What's up, NCU? Thank you for being here tonight. Although you can see me and I can't see you, I'm out on a river somewhere just chilling, drinking iced tea. I miss you. I wish I was there with you guys. Or not, just for this week, of course. But anyways, thank you for being here tonight. Most of all, thank you for honoring God with your time. And also, thanks for honoring your leaders that are here, just hanging out with you, just making sure you guys are safe. So, we are in week number 2 of our series. We've been in a series on James here called Exploring Your True Colors. Last week we talked about integrity, doing the right thing when no one is watching. Right? The big question was, what do you do in secret? What do you do in secret? Because really, temptation starts in the mind, and from there comes to our hearts, and then it manifests through our actions. And speaking of actions, sometimes those actions are in the words we say. So today we're going to be talking about, yes, taming the tongue. Have you ever said something that you regretted? Like really, have you ever lied? Have you ever yelled at somebody? Have you ever broken a promise? Like how many times have you said something that you regretted? Maybe once? Maybe 100 times? Wait, maybe 1,000 times? Like we've all made the mistake of just blurting out a cuss word or saying something harmful that hurt somebody's feelings. Well, I just spoke my mind, or just ranting about something on the internet or on a video. Like we've all been there. We've all said things that we regret. And quite honestly, words have such power in our lives. This small little tongue inside of our mouths can really make a huge impact. We can speak with clarity, with direction, with vision. Or we can speak just foolishness. Things that just bring destruction, bring darkness. Things that bring confusion to people's lives. So our words have so much power in our lives. And in fact, James talks about that in James chapter 3, verses 2 through 6. Here's what it says. We all make mistakes. If people never said anything wrong, they would be perfect and able to control their entire selves. When we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we can control their whole bodies. Also, a ship is very big. It is pushed by strong winds. But a very small rudder controls that big ship, making it go everywhere the pilot wants. It is the same with the tongue. Check it out. It is a small part of the body, but it brags about great things. A big forest can be started with only a little flame. And the tongue is like a fire. It is a whole world of evil amongst the parts of our bodies. Wow. The tongue spreads its evil through the whole body. The tongue is set on fire by hell. And it starts a fire that influences all of life. Here's what James is saying, that our tongue is like a bit in the mouth of a horse. Check it out. A bit is this small piece of metal. It really just fits in your hand, and it can control an animal, a horse that is 1,300 pounds heavy with ease. In other words, small things can make a huge impact. Your tongue has that kind of power. It can make a massive impact on your life. That's why we got to be so careful. Small words, they can shatter your life. They can bring disappointment. So be careful. They can destroy your confidence and tear down even your self-esteem. I want to show you something. Secondly, James compares our tongue to the rudder of a ship, okay? Check it out. This rudder right here, it sits beneath the surface of this whole boat. But you know what? It has the power to steer it. You see, our tongues create some major changes in our lives. Did you know a rudder of a ship is just the size of a jet ski? And a ship, a cargo ship, in fact, is 4 football fields long. That is crazy. Our words have some power to change the direction, just like a rudder in a ship can change its direction. It's small, but it steers the path of our life. So we got to be careful about the words we use. Just one single phrase, you know what? It can destroy a relationship. Gone, never to return. A rant, it can revoke a scholarship. A lie, it can shatter trust amongst loved ones. Be careful with the words you say. Here back at Bumpin' Lake, enjoying the day, and I thought, you know what? I'll make this third little point here. James not only compares the tongue to a bit in a horse's mouth, but he also compares it to a rudder and a spark in the middle of a forest. See, just a small little spark here in the forest can become this raging, enormous fire that engulfs everything. And that's crazy, right? That is the power of our words. One little word. You know, just think about it this way. You know, one little rumor is just a spark. But you know what? That spark could ignite and really become a raging fire and ruin somebody's reputation. So be careful with your words. It could be just a little rant on social media, you know, and you're expressing your thoughts or your liberalism or your political views, and you know what? That little rant could become a wildfire and get a scholarship opportunity revoked. Like, seriously, one little lie, just a little white lie, can turn into something like a massive fire and really burn down your trustworthiness. So I really want you guys to understand that we need to be careful with our words. We need to be careful because they can be like weapons. Our words can really hurt people, and our words can really, honestly, take a lot of time to heal. I don't know if you can compare to me. There's been things that have been said to me that kind of still hurt. And maybe somebody said something to you that affected your self-esteem, the way you think about yourself, your confidence level. And so just think about that today as we continue this message. Let's go.
Words can do a lot of damage. Words can do so much damage that they could ruin you for the rest of your life. Many of you guys know that I was adopted at a young age, and there was a time in which I lived with my godmother because my adopted mother passed away. I grew up listening to my godmother every day tell me I would never amount to anything. I grew up listening to her tell me I was just like my mom. I grew up listening to her tell me that I was a waste, that I was not really important for anything, I would never amount to anything. And all of these words that she spoke to me stayed in my mind for the longest time. To be honest with you, those words stayed in my mind through adulthood. Through being a Christian, those words stayed in my mind, in my heart. And it wasn't until God started chiseling away little by little at those words.
As you can see in Angie's story, words can really hurt and wound a person deeply. James chapter 1 verse 19 says, "My dear brothers and sisters, always be willing to listen and slow to speak, Do not become angry easily. So how do we tame our tongues? Let me give you 3 ways you can do that from this passage here. Hey, so here's what you got to do. Number 1, be quick to listen. Look, speak less and listen more. Simple as that. When you listen with intentionality, you can really understand where a person's coming from. Makes sense, right? Let me just challenge you to do something. Ask this question. What are people feeling? What are people feeling? Like when we understand what someone is feeling, we begin to kind of understand what we need to do to say the right things and how to say them. So, number 1, be quick to listen. Whoa! Hey, number 2, be slow to speak. Check it out. When we slow down before we say something, we tend to put down our defenses. That's important because there we can treat people with a little more respect, the respect they really deserve, right? Here it is. Don't weaponize your words to get your way. Use your words to help people, to lift them up, to heal them, not to harm them. And fight the urge to defend yourself. Look, the moment that you make a mistake, it's important that you just fess up to it. Just admit it so you can move forward. And be slow to speak. Hey, what's up, man? Watch where you going, bro. Hey, number 3, be slow to become angry. Look, remember, kindness is key to the whole thing. Saving a relationship is way, way more important than winning an argument. Trust me. When you feel the temptation to just weaponize your words, look, run this through your thoughts. It's called the think filter, all right? Before you actually say anything, hold your tongue until you answer these 5 questions in the think filter. Here's my son Danny Boy to show you what the think filter is.
T. Is it true? H. Turn around. Is it helpful? I.
Look, Danny Boy laid it down. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Think. Our speech, it should point people to God. That's the bottom line. Our words, they got so much power. They should inspire and encourage others. That's what I want to leave you guys with today. They are what reveals our integrity. So think about that today, okay? Think about your words, what you say, and even what you type. Be quick to listen, be slow to speak, and slow to become angry. These are the keys to living a life of integrity. Peace.